different lineup in 40 games for the Warriors with gating crew for tonight's game. Minnesota. Anthony Edwards will be guarded by Andrew Wiggins. Now on the switch, it's Santos defending. Shot clock at 8. Edwards on the step back off the bounce, can't score. Loose ball, corralled. Dennis Schroeder playing his 15th game as a member of the Warriors. After being traded by Brooklyn, Curry finds Jackson Davis, who missed the layup, and then a foul on Santos.
Good offense at the rim, they just couldn't convert that one.
DiVincenzo coming over from the Knicks in a trade for Karl Anthony Towns. Julius Randle part of that deal as well. Randle driving on Jackson Davis, missed the shot. And now Steph looking to push. Warriors have not been very good lately in transition. They leave Wiggins for a short jumper, and it goes down for the game's first.
They just don't get much in the first half of the shot clock. Wiggins that time finds one of the easier shots he'll probably get all night.
So now Schroeder on Edwards on this possession. Edwards gets past him for a moment, but good recovery. Schroeder with the steal. And a 3-on-2. Jackson Davis gives it up. And Santos will let it fly.
Possessions for Golden State here with their activity defensively. And this end of the floor hasn't really been the issue. It's the other end in converting these stops into points.
Again, Warriors looking to get some points in transition. Here's Wiggins from deep, no good. Santos flies in there. Steve Kerr told us Guy Santos creates extra possessions with his hustle. Did right there. Schroeder wide open. That's good. Work up a huge sweat every single practice afterwards, working out for about 45 minutes. Said he really enjoyed coaching Edwards this past summer. Edwards 0 for 1 to start the game. McDaniels on the drive. Can't get it. And it's rebounded by Jackson Davis.
4 really good possessions defensively for Golden State to start this game. Activity everywhere. Contests of shots and then securing the defensive glass.
On the other end, you got Jaden McDaniels. No surprise guarding Steph Curry. McDaniels second team all defense a year ago. Shot clock at 4. Wiggins from deep over Edwards short and rebound McDaniels. Golden State at 19-20. Got off to a hot start, but struggling of late. Under 500 now for the first time this season. Here's Randle, a corner 3, not there. Edwards kept it alive. Now a deep 3 from Edwards, who leads the NBA in threes, and Minnesota 0 for 6 from the floor. Crowd stands until the first basket, and we had a timeout as well, so it's been about 10 or 12 minutes real time that they've been standing. Schroeder misses, but an offensive rebound, Jackson Davis. Draymond Green out for the 3rd straight game. Also Kyle Anderson is out tonight as well. Curry's 3 is good.
Split action. He is so lethal, coming off the screen from the top to the wing with the pass out of the post.
Randle, who came over from the Knicks, we just saw beat Philadelphia a few minutes ago. Off-season trade. Edwards looking to take Wiggins, drives, miss with the left hand. And another one and done for Minnesota. Here's Curry in transition. Santos on the cut, 13-0.
Bite or something, or if their first drink of a cocktail. They haven't sat down yet, Dave, because they're not on the board.
That would help us too. We could see easier. Here's Randle. Doesn't get the bounce, hung on the rim. Finally.
And DiVincenzo getting in there and doing it the hard way for him. 2-guard on the offensive glass with the putback, and finally Minnesota fans can sit down for a second.
Curry with the floater. Comes up short. Curry averaging just under 23 points per game. His lowest since 2012. And a 5-second violation, so a turnover by
violation and getting the ball into your best player for a corner shot potentially.
Edwards blows past Santos. Good contest, though, by Jackson Davis. And Edwards is 0 for 4 from the floor. Numbers for Golden State, 5 on 4. And a turn. DiVincenzo on the cut, finds Gobert, and Gobert throws it away a year ago.
And the spacing completely different with Julius Randle, and just with the way he likes to operate off the dribble, different. So Rudy Gobert finding himself sometimes in the wrong place offensively.
McDaniels making Curry work, poked it away initially, now Curry into the lane. Santos, good look from deep. And rebounded by Gobert. DiVincenzo quickly ahead to Reed. And Naz Reid fouled by Santos. That's 2.
That's his ability to slash. He gets on the offensive glass for a guard pretty well. So a welcome sight for Steve Kerr to get some more depth.
Here's a 3 from DiVincenzo, comes up short and rebounded by Payton. Curry in transition. No look ahead to Moody, but DiVincenzo chest to chest with him. Buddy Hield has really struggled of late. Maybe that
in January, 31% from the 3 after a blazing start to the season.
DiVincenzo has 4 points in 6.5 minutes for the Timberwolves. Curry 3 with Gobert right in his face. Blockers in NBA history.
What a view we had of that. I have absolutely no idea how Steph Curry even saw the rim with the extension that Rudy did us to ever do it, and you're in awe.
From moving into 27th all time. Gobert makes one free throw, so it's 18-5 Golden State. Looney setting the screen for Curry, not getting it back and finishing.
Yeah, the timing of that pass was perfect. It's the only time he could have delivered that for Looney to have the angle on Gobert at the rim.
Edwards, drive and kick, corner 3, Conley, not there. Hield putting it on the floor, and Conley.
The year, he's just in one of those stretches right now where he needs some success early in games, I think, to get unleashed.
Payton couldn't handle that pass from Hield. Edwards looking to push. McDaniels, good recovery in the West.
The good news, they're 2.5 games from the 5 spot. So a nice homestand could be the medicine that they need right now, and also getting guys back, getting Draymond Green back. You're going to get Kuminga back sometime, probably the end of the month as well.
Yeah, the Clippers are in 5th, the Warriors in 12th, but just 3 games back in the loss column. Moody misses, rebound Edwards. 5 points in 8 minutes for Minnesota. And then a strip by Payton on Edwards, forcing a turnover. Minnesota's 2 of 14, 0 of 7 from 3. Curry looking to shake Conley. He does, and he hits. 18-point lead.
Yeah, he's great in tight windows regardless, but when he does have a smaller type of defender on him, shot off.
Oh, Curry almost let it fly from the hash mark. He gave it up, and who's here in Minnesota. And again, the Timberwolves arguably playing their best basketball of the season right now. They're getting trounced early on, but plenty of time. This team unlocked as Reed hits a 3.
Now, he's one of their energizers, and he's playing his best basketball of the season, averaging 14 in the last 14 games, and he's the guy to get this crowd going.
Curry wide open.
Yeah, he didn't look long at that one. When you've made your first 3 and you're Steph Curry, you don't give it a long look, and you know where that's going to end up.
Edwards, Minnesota, he's got 12, and the Wolves have 10. And a foul on McDaniels.
He had this to say: desperate trades or desperate moves that deplete the future, there's a responsibility on allowing to have an opportunity where a trade makes sense, or even in the summer, potentially in free agency, you can make a move. You want to continue to get better. Nobody wants to be stale or in a situation where you're passing up opportunities. But it doesn't mean you're desperate just to fling assets all around and fling them all around the place. That way, you end up not doing something just to say you're doing something. So they want to make sure that if they do it right. When I spoke to Steve Kerr earlier, guys, I asked him about how surprised he was at this mushroom. He wasn't surprised, just basically because it was Steph saying it. But ultimately, he also reiterated what Steph did, which is, guys, this doesn't mean that we're not going to make a move. If there's a deal to be had, Legs particularly, what do you make of all of this?
Well, look, I also think there is a responsibility, and it's incumbent upon the organization, when you've got a player like Steph Curry that is still playing at this level, to do as much as you can to stay competitive in the moment and try to win now. So I understand what Steph is saying, and it's rare to hear a superstar player say that. Normally they're asking for more help. But I think organizationally, they have to look and they have to try to improve this team. And I think they need a little bit of front court shooting more than anything else. And that's probably where they're going to be targeting anything they would do.
Here's Wiggins for three. No good. Golden State has already made 8. Steph Curry with 4. And the part of his quote which got dismissed was when he said, of course, you're going to continue to look to try to improve your team. And you're talking about some of the great competitors in the history of the NBA. Look at all the championships Steve Kerr for the future.
Right. You don't want to be fiscally irresponsible where you end up in a situation where this thing does come to an end at some point. The Steph Curry era is over and you find yourself completely strapped with the cap or with little flexibility to improve anytime soon, and that's what Steph Curry was really alluding to. But make no mistake about it, they're going to try to improve their team if something presents itself because they have Steph Curry playing as well as he is at this stage.
Jackson Davis, it's 34-10. Right now, Golden State in front. About a second difference between a game and shot clocks here at the end of the first quarter. 8 made threes for the Warriors, 1 for Minnesota. Just 4 baskets overall for the Wolves. Randall on the take. Can't get the bounce. Cleans it up and finishes.